And so the episode picks up where it left off at. Again, please, please give these people a break and give us a break. We are tired of the BS. Anyway, so we picked up what we left off on with Kiki and Letitia going back and forth. Now, she brought out that Kiki and Amin constantly cheat on each other. To me, this is sounding like what is an open marriage. Okay. Kiki is saying that this was early on in her marriage. And when she said that she paid for a date, this idiot sat up there and made it seem like and twisted it as if she paid for a date. Like, I mean, come here, honey. I'm so whipped. I'm going to give you $50 and I want you to take somebody else out. That's the way she made it seem. That's not what happened. What she's saying is she had loaned some money. And with the money that she loaned him, she caught him out on a date with somebody else. Okay. So we have the tit for tat going here within the marriage. Then we have the tit for tat going on within the cousin relationship. Guys, here's the deal for me. This is my opinion on this. Kiki, don't worry about her marriage. She is an ostrich. Let her be an ostrich. Bring your own things to the show. I don't think it was like people are saying it is for me. People are saying that you only have a storyline because you brought all this information about Marceau to the show. That's not really how I see it. What I see it is that you had conversations with people about their marriage. Then Letitia brings out this long list of things that she's trying to present as evidence of what the conversation that you have with the guy. We are all over it at this point. And the only thing that they can come back on with Kiki is that she's addicted to drugs. But who in their right mind will come on this show addicted to drugs and take a drug test? Even with the information about the drug test being brought out, they are still accusing her of using somebody else's pee, knowing that she's on drugs, and knowing that she did not pass the test and that really Melody wasn't in there. And Melody said that she was in there with producers. Okay. Now, let me tell you again about drug tests. Just because the test tested for methadone, a lot of different drugs don't show up on the screenings that you are looking for. I have said this in the beginning of the episode, or when I first found out that she was taking methadone. It could have been a situation where even though the test did test for it, it could have been 24 hours within the time that she took it the last time. Could have been 48 hours, could have been months. As you can see, she is iffy on when she takes it. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because and I wish she had to explain this herself, and I'm having to explain in this video. It very well could have been a situation where she's trying to wean herself off of it, because nobody is looking at the fact that her husband doesn't want to take it, because it clearly has awful side effects for her. She didn't express that. She didn't express that when Kimmy tried to accuse her of being on her when she was sweating and shaking. Nurse. Ooh, that's when I realized that nurse was low down. Either she don't do her job well or have the wealth of knowledge that most nurses have, or she's trying to drag this girl and make it seem like she's on the drug. And I do believe it's the latter. How are you going to present your professional opinion on this stage and say that she was sweating and shaking and not know the freaking side effects of methadone? Foolishness. You're coming down off of a high. You're coming down off of a drug that you're addicted to. And they're sitting up here making fun, basically to me, making fun of an illness. Now, nobody's sitting up there making fun of you having breast cancer. It's the same thing, sweetie. Oh, that Kim. Ooh, baby. Now, if somebody sat up there and said that Kimmy is pretending like she is in remission and really is not in remission, then you wouldn't be saying the whole world be lit up. But when it's somebody that's addicted to drugs, which drugs is an illness just like any other illness, it's an issue. Okay, so we finally move on from the drug thing because Marceau is big up in himself about, I went and got her. I went and got her. So what? Who else is going to get her? Not a husband, not a mama. Nobody wanted to go get her. It was Marceau, Marceau. Marceau, you ain't shit. And then in that interview, I haven't seen the full interview. I'm only seeing clip. That interview with you and Cliff says you stay in woman's business. Bingo. That's why I call you Marsha and Marshanda and Marshanda, right? Because you stay in women's business. I didn't call you no bitch, but you sure act like one. And like I said, don't come for me about saying that giving a man woman's qualities is not an insult. It is in the sense when women are constructing their own opinions and speaking about their own issues, and then you have a man that's constantly butting in. And then he feels like if a woman is saying something in regards to him or in regards to a situation that Letitia should be him, he feels perfectly okay with butting into their situation. No, dog. Because when we saying that you butting into women's business, it could become a situation where the other husband can get involved. And I'm about ready for somebody to slap you upside your bald head and knock the rest of your top teeth out your mouth. Myself, I'm just saying. So they go into the situation finally about if anybody on the stage believe Marceau is cheating. So Carlos directly asks Kimmy and Mel. And Mel said, you go, Kimmy. And then Kimmy says, you go, Mel. And they go back and forth with who they go. And Martell is over there killing himself. Because it is quite funny. Because both of them have an idea that he's cheating. Kimmy don't want to say anything because then we'll bring out Marshmallow Cheese Puff information. So that's what the main reason why she don't want to really tell the truth. And Mel doesn't want to tell the truth because she's getting tired of getting drugged in social media by saying she's trying to destroy the taste of marriage. So Kimmy comes up with the most political answer she can and lies and says, no, I don't think Marceau's cheating. I just think that Letitia's tired of we've gone down this road for 5 years now. Yeah, you have gone down this road for 5 years, but again, you lied. You know that you feel deep down inside that he is an asshole. And he is a cheating one at that. And in a lot of ways, Marceau is protected. We as the audience, I promise you, we don't care anymore. We don't. It's not that because we're trying to make Letitia know the reason why I was concerned about it is because she kept throwing it up in Mel's face. Once all that took place, Letitia let that. She is an ostrich again. And she is what Miss Evelyn said. Let the man cheat in peace, honey. Let the man cheat in peace. Or whatever Marshanda is doing. Let him do it. She wants to be married for a lifetime, like the Bible said. Let her be married for a lifetime, be long suffering, school mom ass wife. Nobody cares, Letitia. You think we care? We don't care no more. We don't. And Mel puts herself in a situation, and baby, you can't get any more politically correct than this. There's no reason for her to call her a dorsal. No need for that, because what she said is, I think Letitia needs concrete proof from my experiences, and that's what sometimes you need in order to lead. She said, especially like when you have kids and you've been in your marriage for a long time, you want to have solid evidence. And Tisha's looking like, yeah, Mel, you better be on my side. She's not really on your side. The way she answered the question is still not the way she honestly believed. Back to Kiki. So Kiki says, why would I make myself go through all these things just to prove that you're cheating? And Top Row Missing says, we're relevant on TV. She says, I'm relevant without being on TV. Come on, Kiki. When you are a mother and a wife and you've been through drug addiction and you're still married and you're still holding on to whatever you have between each other, knowing that you both have cheated, that is a lot. And that takes a strong individual to sit up on this show and have people drag you in this way. I am Team Kiki. So two things come up. The drug to make them guaranteed more so, and Tisha that she's back on the stool. Hey, Tisha say, is it back on the I hope she's not back on the pill. Well, the lock situation comes up, and then the whole situation about her throwing the drink. And these are guaranteed facts showing that she's indeed back on the stuff. Tisha. So you ain't tell me that you were in a car and why would in his car and you didn't take his money and then you take around and buy his drug back with his own money. They're saying that this happened just yesterday. She's saying that this happened years ago. The truth is in the middle somewhere. It happened. Kiki didn't deny that it happened. Kimmy makes me sick. But anyway, Marshmallow Cheese Puff said that he didn't say 100% that he believed she was. He said that she was looking for a mama. And look at here, she made it on the reunion. Well, she would have made it to the reunion anyway, Marshmallow Cheese Puff, because she's on the damn opening credits. What's going on with these educated people on this stage? Foolishness. So, there go Marshmallow and Top Row Missing agreeing with each other. Now, initially, it was just a moment, right? Now they're agreeing with each other that it's somebody else's pee when Mel is clearly saying, how? She didn't know she was taking a test. Again, I'll say this. It was probably a situation where she was not taking her methadone consistently. Simple answer. She's offered them to take a test. Now, this was called fucked up. He should have went on ahead and let her take this. She said she was willing to take it. Carlos, this right here is where I agree with Anthony Lofties. You handle that real itty. And you are not a professional host. See, the difference between you and Andy Cohen while you trying to be Andy Cohen Jr. is that Andy has hosted these shows for years. Andy was a host first. We tired of him. Stay in the background, y'all. Andy, you got a show. Run your show. Stay in the background. Get somebody else to host these shows. Real hosts. Asking the hard questions, but being fair in the questioning. Damn. Easy fix. And Carlos sat up there and let that Negro with his missing top teeth say that this lady stole a lock to take it back to the store to get money to buy drugs. Now, what drug dealer will give you drugs with a gift card. I just want people to think about that. Surely we did not believe this idiot. What drug dealer would sell you Pixet, which is very expensive? Now, back when, way back, when I worked at the Ark in Jackson, and painkillers was coming back into effect to be real popular as substitutes for oxycodone and H-Win. Guys, even then, some people were selling P-Set for like $100 per every 5 pills. I don't know what lock. This lock must have bells, whistles, made out of gold, had some diamonds attached to it. Because I don't know what lock that they can get out the Home Depot that has all of that in order for you to buy a 5 set of Percocet, where you get probably 5 pills for $500 at the most. Right? Have y'all seen a $500 lock in Home Depot? Let me know. What kind of lock is it? Is it one that you can put over your whole house and lock up things with it? What kind of lock is this? That's what I want to. Nobody asked that question up there. See, that's why somebody need to get up there and ask those. I would have been like, Marcel. What kind of lock was this? Was it solid gold? I mean, silver? I mean, pearl? Precious stone? Diamonds on it? What kind of lock was this? These people. She says she will be vindicated about the lock situation. Mark her words. Bet on that. And this fool goes on and says, how much? Baby, that couldn't be my cousin. But then again, when I look back on things, none of my cousins know me like that to be saying what I'll do and what I won't do. Nobody knows me like that except for my sister. So they bring out the Whitlows and the Fletchers do their little TikTok dance with Carlos, and they go over the whole Karen situation, and they talk about how Tiffany acted like Karen, and they go over her postpartum, which was very, very important that they bring that out. And again, even though that wasn't my ministry, and I can't say that I don't know anything about it, because you do go through so many emotions after you have a baby. I think they handled that with care. I think they handled that very well. So Carlos dances with Chris, and it's cute. They do the George Jefferson, they do a little breakdown dance, as my children call it. And then that Carlos could dance. No, he can't. Well, I'm from Detroit. I know a little something. Sit your ass down. Get on back to the review. I mean, with the hosting, whatever you doing up there. The reunion. That's the word I'm looking for. So they go over the montage of Motel Hotel, basically begging to have Mel back. He talks to different people. He says different things. He talks about how he wants the co-parenting relationship recorded. And then he talks about how, he thinks about what would happen if they got back together. And Motel Hotel does not have the wherewithal to understand that she's moved on. So he's thinking that things work just like they work with Arian, or how they worked with Mel before. He can do a little sweet talk, and it's gonna finally kick in, and she's gonna take him back. So that's what the prayer is for. He's praying that she takes him back, and she's praying that God said go. So, hey, somewhere in the middle, this man does not understand that she is definitely meaning what she said. And again, for me, with the whole bitter situation, let her be bitter. If she's scorned, let her be scorned. But the thing about this that I want to address with Tasha K, if she is indeed a scorned woman and she's treating this as if she's a scorned woman, why shouldn't she have him arrested if he's doing illegal things to her? If he's harassing her, allegedly, why not have him arrested for that? Just because he's the father of her children, she shouldn't call the police on her if she feels like her life is in danger. I'm just, wondering what the fuck your logic is here. I'm just saying. Then they come right out and ask him if he and Sheree were together. And he admits that that was just a friendship, right? But we all kind of knew that it was nothing more than a friend. I don't even think they were friends. I think they were photo opping each other, and they might have did the do a couple times. Or a lot of times, apparently they enjoyed doing the do together. But I'm just saying. Still, business arrangement all the same. Kimmy says she didn't see the chemistry. Then they go to Tiffany, and then they talk about how Tiffany asked her, what you think you put it down there good to keep him from cheating on you? Motel looks at Kim and said, I don't see you and Marshmallow Cheese Puff kissing. I don't even see you kissing him on his bald-headed forehead. Or the top of his head. So, Martell had a point there. They don't have that much chemistry. As a matter of fact, now that I look back on things, the only couple I see up there that really has chemistry to me is the Fletchers and the Beasleys. Just saying. Now, just like at the Black Expo, Marceau tries to explain what a Karen is, how she acts. No. A Karen is just what Tiffany is. Or we'll say a Black Karen, or we'll say a Miss Karen if that applies. So we're going to let her apply that she's a biracial Karen. It doesn't have anything to do with color because there are plenty of Black people that do the same thing. It's somebody that tells on somebody to get gratification out of it. When you're telling on somebody when they're minding their own business or doing something innocently that don't have a damn thing to do with you. I had one of those in my apartment complex. I'm in the swimming pool, minding my own business, just kicking my feet around there, resting. And it was a certain time we had to be in the swimming pool, right? So I'm like a few minutes past the time that I'm in the swimming pool. So we had this little old lady that lived in my apartment complex who told everything. Old white lady. Yes. That indeed was Karen. Because it wasn't her business. You see, the thing about it was the apartment complex had cameras. And the cameras would have told the story if I was doing something at the pool that I didn't have any business doing. I was just kicking my feet around in the water. I can't swim. But here she is pulling out her little phone. Back then you had the antenna. Pulling the antenna out, getting ready to call. Child, that's what a Karen is. And certainly, it had something to do with her being biracial because for the simple fact that she was telling on Black males on the stage. But Black males, which she should have told on. Lou should have definitely been involved in that. You're not going to let me, get attacked or, not attacked physically, but verbally by these two idiots. It was literally a gang up. I agree with her there. Lou got him. Then you're a Karen as well by your definition. Bingo. Marceau is a male Black Karen. There you go. A Calvin, if you will. So they get back on Sheree again, and they ask Motel Hotel, what was it? What were y'all doing? And he admitted, he was like, well, we were seeing each other. Okay. Fake dating, they went on dates. I mean, we could clearly say they went on dates. They were photo op dates, but they were still dates, so they is still considered dating. And then Marcel said, well, man, you clearly said that you weren't dating her. And then you said y'all went out. Then Carlos said, well, she said that she couldn't handle negative suppress around him. Now, even in this business arrangement or whatever they had going on, it wasn't the negative press because she said he came with too much baggage. She wasn't talking about Mel. Because Mel said God said go. She was talking about Area. I could tell you that with all definition and honesty. She kept calling, she kept harassing Sheree. She knew it was a business arrangement, allegedly, but she would say things in the press about Sheree as an elder of hers, calling her old bitch and old woman, and saying her tussie was old and all this type of stuff. Girl, she will harass women that he puts above her. That's what she does. We're gonna keep it 100. We're gonna keep it funky, okay? And so, Carlos said, "Well, you were clearly flirting with your ex-wife here on the show. Bingo. And that's what I didn't see about Sheree, and that's what I don't see about Aaron. The man wants to be back with his wife. Like I said in my previous review, if I was these women, I would get together, go out to lunch, take out our children, and we could better co-parent without this fool in the middle of it. But see, Arian it's very immature. It's not Mel who's immature, it's her. She's very jealous heart. And I don't know what her sign is. I need to find out what her sign is. Because the type of jealousy that she exudes can be dangerous. In my opinion. Allegedly. So Neil is confirming that he was thinking, if I could turn back the hand of time, if I could turn back the hand. I am telling you, Martell probably has told Mel that he was gonna stop what he was doing. And he probably told her that he wants to be back with her. He's probably told everybody on that stage he wants to be back with her. But one thing he's not going to do, and that is be faithful, guys. The man is, like I said, he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. If cake and eat it too was a person, you'd be looking at Motel Hotel Hope. And so they go over the situation with Mel changing her name. Of course, he felt some kind of way when she did it because he kept getting in a confessional talking about, well, I'm just thinking to myself, what has the Rogers name brought to it? What's so special about that? Nothing. Nothing special about your name either. To me, ain't nothing special about any of our name because they slave master names, but that's neither here nor there. I said what I said. And so that Martell tried to brush it off as if he was just discussing her name change because it was a scene to be filmed. And then Nell said when the camera was down, you still said something about her changing her name. If it didn't bother you, then you wouldn't have discussed it. Bingo. So he's still denying that he had feelings for her and he felt some kind of way about her changing her name. He said he wouldn't have cared if she had changed her name if that was what she wanted to do when she married somebody else. And then Marceau, under his breath, goes say, are you trying to say you don't want to say what you feel for Mel because of your wife? And Mel caught it. She heard him. And he said, no. And Mel said, yeah, that's what it is. He don't want to admit what he's been saying to me because of slopping on the knob like corn on the cob. And they'll say, who is his wife? And then that's when Carlos picks up on it and says, are you in a relationship with your child's mother? never mentioning her name. And Martell says he's single. Ooh, Ariane, you and your child mouth, he got some explaining to do. You see, girl, I know that he has nailed into your dumb brain that he only says these things for TV purposes and for ratings. But sis, if I were you, I would tell that fool, you ain't getting no more of these cookies until you tell the people what you tell me behind closed doors, that we are indeed together. If you can't claim me in public, then besides going as an escort while you bridesmaids and Melissa's words, not mine, and never a bride, then I couldn't be with the fool. That's just me. So Marcel saying, well, Betty, does she think you're in a relationship? Then Marshmallow Cheese Puff said, ooh, Marcel was hell today. And then Hell says, yes, he's lying. They in a relationship because every time I see my kids, they with her. Uh-oh. She's a glorified babysitter, Mel. So then he admits basically that she is a glorified babysitter without saying she's a glorified babysitter, because Mel says, well, I couldn't imagine somebody being around my children that have said such nasty and foul things about me, who has modeled themselves after me, trying to create the same family that I had. Yes, I'm being protective mode too, because she wanted what you had from the beginning. Now she has the chance to get it, and he's not giving it to her again. So, in my opinion, that makes that bitch dangerous. I said what I said. Try them out. Get the braces out your head, then I might trash. Then she says, you are defending a person who has come between our marriage. Repeating. Yeah. I could say the same thing about you. And your 11 baby sisters. I don't think the kids are safe with you either. But that is what she decides to do on her time. I'm sure that she's not leaving her children with a man who DM'd you and repeatedly asked to be with you. She's not. I bet if Mel got married tomorrow, she will not leave her 4 children alone with anyone she marries. That's just how I feel about her personality. I have never had 11 babysitters watch my children. However, it's in the paperwork. It's in the court paperwork. It is in the court paperwork. It's in the court paperwork that you had 11 babysitters. Show it to me. Prove it. Right. Go get it. He stomps off that stage like he was, what's that little woman that was walking up that sidewalk, that little witch, before she turned into the witch on the Wizard of Oz? He acted like her. She riding that back, getting ready to, the original Karen, getting ready to tell on Dorothy. It was something that Dorothy had done at the beginning of that movie. But just, child, don't make me lie. But all I know is that's how he stomped off the stage, like she was riding that bike. And it's also in the paperwork that you were asked by my attorney, were you in a relationship with Sheree? And verbatim, you said, no, it was a business arrangement. Boom! That's not the transcript paperwork that you brought out. That's the paperwork you were sending the bloggers to talk about me. Martell Hope, you are the lowest of the lowest of the scum of this earth. And then Carlos said, okay. I'm so glad you guys have moved on from each other. And then she says, thank God. Martell keeps going. So he's crying, Martell. Oh my goodness, you're making me look horrible out here. So again, Martell, Oh my goodness, you're making me look horrible out here. So again, Carlos has to collar this grown ass petulant child. He keeps going and he calls, "You're a liar, you're a liar." And see, this is the attitude that Roxanne Shante, uh, Tasha K. Tasha K needs to see. You need to watch the show to see this fool's behavior. This man had to get up off his seat and tap him on his hand and treat him like he was a baby to calm him down. And that's how Carlos handles him. He coddles him like he's like 2 years old. And that's how he acts. And then she says, I've kept a lot of stuff that we had in our court documents private. But so Carlos, so Mel says, right before the scene ends, she says, you see how freaking toxic it was in that house? That's why I had to beat his ass that time. And then Carlos says, ooh, I'm so glad you guys are apart. Ooh, you let a man say something like that. Well, man, you got a point. I mean, he has a point. I mean, I know you had gotten fed up. And I can understand how somebody takes you there. You should see what I did to my baby daddy while I was driving. So, honey, I hear you because they take you there. But, girl, I didn't say it on camera. So Louis and Tiffany have their wrap-up package, and he says that, he really felt like she was losing herself, and he could see something. She wasn't being Tiffany, and he admits that he was on the road at the time, and she said that she never thought that that would be her story because she bounced back after having her other child. But, it is different for every pregnancy, every single one. You can't always go by the one before that. And they say, well, she admits that that was the right thing for her to do. She has a better spirit. And then Carlos tells her, she feels at peace with herself. And Carlos tells her she's welcome to come in. Uh-oh. Here comes the storm. Storm Betty Jean. The actual, literal winter storm warning that is going on in Mississippi right now. Winter Storm Betty Jean. That's what they should have named instead of Winter Storm Heather. Because Betty Jean from the south. And Junior comes out of his tasseled up suit. I don't care what nobody said. That suit looks good on him. And then he's like, Carlos trying to be funny. Is that from the Motel whole collection? I will have to say, for me, what Miss Betty Jean is mad about at this moment, it makes no sense to me because for the simple fact that I never thought that Mel was talking about Stormy. And I don't know very many people who do the recaps that thought that she was talking about Melanie. We all, from what I heard from Bonnie Blue to Richard Sky to Jamie That's Me, smaller bloggers like my buddy Maisel and my friend, what was her name? Brandy Yvonne. I'm talking about all of us that I watch and know. We all thought she was talking about Destiny. It seemed like to me Betty Jean turned that into something else. I'm just saying. Mel says, and I clearly stated that it wasn't you. It was more people in my home during that time than you. And was. And then Stormy comes back and said, well, all you had to do was say the person in my home on the show at this moment. Because, okay, I don't recall this. I don't recall what she was live tweeting about. At that time, I wasn't in Twitter like that because I hadn't started my page yet. I'm just going by what I know from watching the show, when I recall the show. So she could have been live tweeting at the time when it was just storming the house. But I'm saying at that time, if that was the case, then the fans are the ones who went off kilter with that, because I mean they weren't using their common sense if that's the case. Because it was pretty obvious to me that she wasn't talking about Stormy just because she was in that scene on the show, because the damn show was taped. They acting like she was live tweeting while the show was being taped live. No, the show had already been filmed. So Carlos asked Betty Jean, so you think that Mel should have put it out there that it wasn't Stormy at that time. Well, yeah, because if I put something out there, Miss Derpy, then I'm gonna stay at this time. That wasn't who I was talking about. Oh my goodness. Here we go with Wanda Jean number 2. Mel, you saw that. You saw where they were coming from me under that one post. What you mean to tell me why one post got your products taken off your shelf? You saw it. You saw it. That's what Stormy is telling her. So again, at this point right here, Stormy and Betty Jean are feeding off of each other. Because Stormy, I know you know, like most people do, that was not the case at that time when she was doing the live tweet. Just because somebody was going up under the post saying that it was you, it was up to you to me at that time. Well, man, hey, look, they think it's me. I'm coming to you. If you saw the post, you said you want to contact with her by phone. Why didn't you put it under the post? Why didn't Betty Jean put it on the post? She was all up in it. So then Betty Jean said, so you telling me you don't ever read your comments under your tweet? I don't always read all the comments under my tweets. I don't. I'm trying to be respectful to you. But what I'm telling you at this point is up to you how you feel about this. But you should mind your own situation. You got enough going on with your own family than to be worried about me. I know that's right. And Betty Jean said, well, you have enough going on with your family. You still arguing with a man you divorced over 3 years ago. To me, that's conflating issues. You off topic. It don't have anything to do with the tweet. 0%. Then she said, well, mind your business. So at this moment, things are getting heated. So Stormy says, Mom, stop now. And then she says, Betty, stop, I got this. And then Mel says, what did she say? I didn't hear it. Please repeat it. And she said, no, I'm not going to repeat it. And falls back on the couch. I mean, really? Foolishness. And when Betty Jean falls back on the couch, that is the end of the episode. Ooh, I'll be glad when this is over. This show is really draining. Not for me just recapping it, because I love to recap and watch the reunions and stuff, because that's my favorite part of the episodes at the reunions. And that, my friends, is the end of the episode. And like I was saying, I just hate to see the mothers involved in this way where they all come for Mel. I don't know if they come for her because she's EP or what that's about, but it's kind of off-putting it in a way. But anyway, that's just my opinion, and I'm going to close here because I'm done. That's Love and Marriage Huntsville Reunion Part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.